Hello, everybody, and welcome to She's Game Obsessed. So you have just one host. It is me, Jill. Hi. Devon is dealing with some personal things this week. We wish her the very best, and she will be joining us next week. So can't wait for that. But for now, again, you have me. That's exciting, right? So getting into it, I have some thoughts about this past week, coming, of course, out of that Thursday night football game. Now, I'm not even going to go into the gameplay. It was lackluster, very poor play calling on the Ravens' end. On the Dolphins' end, a W is a W, but you still have a losing record, and the win came just because the Ravens gave it up. It wasn't that you outplayed or were better than the Ravens, in my opinion. But where my thoughts came from was sitting in the stadium and listening to the fans. Now, there are plenty of Miami fans. They are real diehard, true Miami fans. And I'll give it to you guys. You've been through a lot. You've had the perfect season. Then you had Dan Marino, no Super Bowl. Then just absolute crap. And then Adam Gase. And now you're here with Brian Flores with this team that is somewhat okay, but we're not really sure what they're doing. Fine. I'll give it to you. But for the majority of the fans that were in that stand that knew absolutely nothing about football, the play calling, and then just downright the absolute most disrespectful comments I've heard. Now, I've traveled to Denver, Baltimore, and I have been to Tennessee. Those three stadiums, the fans were fun. They were nice. They were great conversations, good tailgating. They went above and beyond as being just good fans and good hosts. Miami, what a terrible host. That's the easiest way to put it. Absolutely rude, terrible, and just downright mean. It's one thing to, flip off a player when they score a touchdown. Again, not going to sit here and say that's right or that's wrong, but that's one thing. But to just have such downright degrading and awful comments to fans, that's not the sportsmanlike conduct that we as fans have with each other. So just do better, Miami. Do better. Please treat each other how you want to be treated. Like, let's go back to kindergarten with that rule. But on to the biggest topic of the week that no one has not talked about. OBJ going to the Rams. Now, he got his contending team, and then he didn't show up Monday night. He is loudmouth Odell. Now, the problem, in my opinion, this isn't Matthew Stafford. This isn't the Rams. This isn't Sean McVay. This is truly Odell Beckham himself. And I get it. I get that you want to be the superstar. You want to be the one, the all-time whatever receiver. You are a piece in this offense. This offense did not need you before, and they will not need you if you choose to go somewhere else or you choose to sit yourself or whatever drama thing that you're going to do, because let's be real, we all know it's coming. Cooper Kupp is a top 5 wide receiver. He is doing much better than you. It is not Baker Mayfield's fault either, because if we do look at it, Matthew Stafford threw OBJ some passes that OBJ just was not there for. And it almost was as if he hadn't practiced all the routes all the way. Obviously, since he signed on Thursday and their game was Monday, practice obviously was very limited. But this is Sean McVay as the head coach, on top of really keeping Odell Beckham good. He needs to cut that cancer down in the locker room, because let's be real. You have a lot of big egos. Jalen Ramsey for another. You got to cut that cancer down and keep it at a minimum. You are the top guy. You're the one making the calls. You are the guy. So we need to stop making Matthew Stafford and Baker Mayfield and Eli Manning and whoever the hell else will ever be his quarterback feel pressured that Odell needs the ball, because that's just not the truth. So OBJ, take a long, hard look at yourself in the mirror, familiarize with your routes, and get yourself in that offense, because you're a puzzle piece. You are not the star. So another great game, in my opinion, and maybe it's just because I like watching the team play. The Pack is back. I know I feel like I've said this every week lately, but that Packers offense and defense really shut that Seahawks team out. It was the first time in 10 years that the Seahawks were shut out, and it was the first time in Russell Wilson's career that he recorded a shutout. Now, Packers, they showed up. They were ready to play. I get it. The Seahawks were trying to familiarize themselves back with Russell Wilson. It was his first game back after his finger injury. But really, it didn't look like a team that should be contending for a playoff spot. So the Seahawks, you guys got to go back to the drawing board. That's not working for you. DK Metcalf, again, we just talked about it. Stop with the cancer. Stop being the big, tall guy that thinks he's all that and a bag of chips. You're not. You are a piece of a system, and you need to make that system work harder. So as for that, good for you, Aaron Rodgers. Seahawks, I expect a hell of a lot more out of you next week against the Arizona Cardinals than what the hell I saw on Sunday night. So going on into some fun facts, because I enjoy them and I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys that you enjoy them. So here we go. The last Washington quarterback to beat Tom Brady was Patrick Ramsey, who played for at the time, Redskins from 2002 to 2005. Can't speak. Tongue twister there. Now, the win did come in 2013, so it's been a hot minute since the Washington football team and or the Washington Redskins did beat Tom Brady. Now, as of Sunday, there is a quarterback who has 23 straight games with a pass touchdown. It is the longest NFL streak. I'll give you a second to try to think of the answer. All right, time's up. It's Kirk Cousins. I was just as surprised as probably you are to find that out, but it's the truth. Now, still kicking with Brady since we just had to talk about his loss. Let's talk about a positive. He has more passing yards than the entire Houston Texans franchise. That's a pretty interesting and pretty big accomplishment. Random one, but a big accomplishment, I guess. So going on into my I'd tap that. I'm just giving it to the entire Washington football team. It was a stunner of a game. Every single person counted them out, myself included. I genuinely was very impressed with how that offense and defense played. Chase Young, he literally gave his knee for that game, still came out on the sideline and cheered his team on. There's just so much passion and determination that this team has still, even after just the terrible losses as well as the being made fun of by the media. I genuinely really like the team, and I hope this is only an up from here for them. Now, I'm going to go into the Week 11 picks. I'll try to do Devon justice and try to pick a good amount that the two of us maybe would go together on. Thursday night, Patriots at Falcons. I am taking the Patriots. Mac Jones is playing way too well right now to be stopped. They have their 4th straight win, and I could see it being their 5th. The Ravens at Bears. The Ravens need a bounce back after that Thursday night football game. So I'm going to go with them to take on the Bears and beat them. Now, a good old NFC North matchup, the Packers and the Vikings. I am taking the Packers. They look way too good for me not to take them, whereas the Vikings look really good, but seems like they fail at the end a lot of games. The Colts and the Bills. Taking the Bills. But I could see the Colts keeping this close. I think it will be a very exciting game to watch. The Lions and the Browns. I'm taking the Browns. It's another team that they really need those wins. Every win for them at this point is going to count. Washington football team and the Panthers. I really love the Panthers for this one. This is also going to be another fun matchup. Cam Newton is going to be reunited with Mr. Ron Rivera, his former coach. So that will be just a nice little reunion game. And unfortunately, without Chase Young, that defense is going to struggle, I personally think. Texans at the Titans. That's an easy one for the Titans, so they better win. 49ers at the Jags. Now, I know the 49ers just came off that huge victory against the Rams, but it might be the first time. I think the Jags can come back and beat those 49ers. I think they're going to ride way too off that high and unfortunately lose it for themselves. The Dolphins and the Jets. Taking the Dolphins. I'm sorry, the Jets have nothing really going for me. They are starting Joe Flacco, though. I do know that. The Saints and the Eagles. Taking the Saints. Bengals at Raiders. I love the Raiders to win, but it's going to be a scrappy game. I think the Bengals will keep it close. Cowboys and Chiefs. I am definitely taking the boys. I don't think the Chiefs offense is magically fixed after one game. I think they are definitely have worked on themselves, and they are still a work in progress. Not enough to beat a potential top NFC contending team, the Cardinals and Seahawks. Now, I'm taking the Cardinals, but the Seahawks they better show up. I said that earlier. So again, another game I think could be very close. Steelers at Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. I like them bolt up, baby. Giants at Bucks. Now, the easy answer here is the Buccaneers, and especially after that defeating loss that Brady had, there's no way he's going to let a team like the Giants win. But there's something special about this Giants team. I will take the Bucks to win, but I think the Giants can keep it close, which will be a very exciting game. So that is all for this week. I will see you guys next week, and I will have my better half, Miss Devon, with me. So see you guys.